Good morning, class. Now, let us have our new topic for today. But before that, let me check your attendance first. Please raise your hand if your name is called. Hannah Grace Dano, Vince Angelo Lapis, and Melissa Alejandro. Good. Now, let's move on to our classroom rules. Okay, let me read your classroom rules. First, listen to the teacher. Next, raise your right hand if you want to answer. Next, do not use cellular phone during the discussion. And last, do not talk to your seatmates. Are we clear, class? Now, we have a short activity before we proceed to our formal discussion. And please get your 1/4 sheet of paper and your ball pen. And please answer what's on the board. Before we start our formal discussion, let us have our learning objective. At the end of the lessons, students should be able to A. Define the nature of Philippine festivals. B. Identify the different festivals in the Philippines. And C. Choose one of the Philippine festivals and create your own dance choreography. And now, let's start our discussion. Our topic for today is all about Philippine festivals. Okay, class, what is Philippine festivals? A festival or Philippine festivals are commonly known as a fiesta, is part of the Filipino culture. Each city or province has a local fiesta. Being a very religious-centered country, a fiesta is commonly about the celebration of city or province patron saint of harvest. There is a fiesta going on at any time in the Philippines. So fiesta or festival is common in the Philippines. And every country, every city or provinces that part in the Philippines has different or has designated festival according to the patron that they are celebrated. A fiesta is a very special time with a bucket for family and friends. They are always colorful and unique. There are all sorts of activities such as games, contests, procession, and a parade that serves as the highlight. Festivals are one of the reasons why local tourism is growing. Tourists who experience these festivals keep coming back to see more. Popular festivals attracts millions of tourists and have become a major source of income for some areas. Philippine festival is the reason why different provinces or city become a highest tourist rate because of the celebration of the festival. And it is also the reason why the city or a province has a productive or progressive city when it comes to the economic. Next. And now, let's move on to the different festivals in the Philippines. So first is Sinulog. What is the Sinulog, class? Sinulog Festival or Santo Niño Festival is an annual religious and cultural festival in Cebu. So this Sinulog is origin in the Queen City of the South, which is the Cebu City. The festival is thought to be the first of the most well-known festival in the Philippines. So the Sinulog is well-known and it is the first and the grandest festival in the Philippines. Sinulog is held in celebration of one of the country's most famous historic relics, the Santo Niño de Cebu. So this Sinulog is offered or to a celebration of the patron of Santo Niño of Cebu. This was the statue of a baby Jesus that was handed to the Raja Humabon of Cebu by the Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan in 1521. So, this was one of the most important events in the religious history of the Philippines as it paved the way to the birth of Christianity in the Philippines. So, Sinulog is one of the reasons or the starting point of the Christianity in the Philippines. So I have here an example picture of Sinulog Festival. As you can see, there are a lot of people attending the annual festival celebration in Cebu City. So next festival is Mascara Festival. What is Mascara Festival, class? Mascara Festival is an annual festival celebration held in Bacolod, Philippines. So it is originated in Bacolod, Philippines, culminating on the fourth Sunday in October, and it takes place on October 23 this year. So this celebration or this festival is celebrated every fourth Sunday in October. So as one of the biggest nation's festival, it's been known as a time for local and foreigners to have fun, drinks, and party on the city streets for over 40 years. So this festival is bring a celebration or a fun that makes the people in Bacolod or in the different part of the Philippines unite. So the Mascara Festival started in 1980 during the dictatorship of the late President Marcos. So the prices of sugar, the province's main agriculture, crop, and livelihood source. So sugar is one of the livelihood in the Bacolod. So I have here an example of picture of Mascara Festival. So as you can see in the picture, it is one of the most grandest and colorful festival in the Philippines. Okay, next. Panagbenga Festival. What is Panagbenga Festival, class? Panagbenga is an annual flower festival celebrated every February, which takes place in Baguio City. So Panagbenga Festival is one of the grandest and colorful festival in the Philippines, and it promotes the blooming flowers in the Baguio City. So it happens every February of the year. So the term Panagbenga comes from a Kanae terms meaning season of blooming. So this Panagbenga term is describe how the city has progress when it comes to the blooming of the flowers. This festival reflects the history, traditions, and values of Baguio and Cordilleras. So this is one of the reasons why Baguio is known as the summer capital of the Philippines, because they have a lot of flowers to offer to the many tourists, and they have a lot of tourist attractions. Since 1996, it has paid homage to the beautiful flowers the city is famous for, as well as the celebration of its establishment as a premier festival tourist destination after the devastating 1990 earthquake that hit the summer capital. So I have here an example picture of the Panagbenga Festival. So as you can see, the dancers are very colorful, and they uses props, which is symbolized as a flower or the blooming flowers that describe the Baguio City. Next is the Pagsalabok Festival. What is Pagsalabok Festival, class? Pagsalabok is a Cebuano term that means togetherness. So Pagsalabok, it means unity and togetherness of the different religion in the Philippines. In the festival, the city government of Dipolog aims to showcase the myriad interplay of culture, Muslim, Lumad, and the varied and diverse culture of the settlers from all over the Philippines, as well as the Spanish, Chinese, American, and other Asian culture that have been so meticulously woven and shaped into what is known as the unique Mindanao tri-people culture. So this festival is promote or describe the tri-people in the Philippines, which are the Christian, Lumad, and the Muslim. So the concept of this festival is unity in diversity among the tribe people. So as what I said earlier, class, that this festival promotes always the unity of tribe people in the said province. So I have here an example picture of Pagsalubok Festival. As you can see, there are three tribes, which are the Muslim, Christian, and the Subanan. And this picture describes how the tribe people unite to each other to have a peaceful or harmony life. Okay, now let's move on to the last festival, which is the Kinabayo Festival. Okay, class, what is the Kinabayo Festival? Kinabayo Festival, which is celebrated every July 25 in the Pican City, Zamboanga del Norte, Philippines. So this festival is originated in the Pican City, Zamboanga del Norte. So I have here an example picture of Kinabayo Festival. And that's for our discussion, class. I hope you have learned something from our discussion. And now, let's move on to our group activity. So for your activity, choose one of the Philippine festivals and make your own dance choreography of the festival. And now, class, please get 1/4 sheet of paper. And please answer the quiz on the board. And now, class, for your assignment, research and study about the nature of hip-hop dance and its type. And that's all for today, class. I hope you have learned something from our discussion. Thank you and goodbye.